All right, so I guess this is our this is the third time I've been doing AMA, I think. But it's time for our kind of Q1 2022 AMAs. We try to do these every quarter just so that we can get all of your questions answered. So for anyone who's just come, just please drop those in the thread in general, and you can ask us anything. But before we get into those questions, let's go ahead and do a quick round of intros with all of the team and volunteer staff that are up here on the podium with me. Let's see, I guess I'll go first for anyone who, I think most of you know who I am, but I'm Kristin. I'm the CEO of TopTG. I joined 10 months ago, actually. Time flies. Last June, and my background is in product management, and I've worked at a lot of kind of creator economy, passion economy, community companies such as SoundCloud, Twitch, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. I'll pass it over to Ayara for the next intro. Oh, and I'm supposed to say, I think we're supposed to say our favorite game. I know I've answered this question a lot, but my favorite game to kind of relax right now is Stardew Valley. And then when I want to, I guess, do other stuff, or have a more exciting game, I'll play Apex, even though I'm really bad at it. But thanks, everyone. Really glad that you're here and joining us. And also, sorry, before I forget, we do have another AMA next week. That's at a much later time. I believe it's 8 p.m. PST next Tuesday, to accommodate for different time zones in our community. All right, over to you, Ayara.
Yeah, thank you, Kristin. So I'm Ayara. I'm the community lead of TopGG. And I have been volunteering at TopGG for a while, and then I only recently joined November of last year, officially on TopGG as a team member. In terms of my favorite game, I think right now it would be Kirby. You know, the recent game that came out like on the Switch. I think it's like Kirby and the Forgotten Land or something. I find it really, really, really adorable. Yeah. I guess I should pass it on to someone else, and I will choose Set.
Right, sorry, I had to find the mute button. Or the unmute button. Yeah, I'm Zed. I work on front end and back end, mostly full of really anything that needs to be worked on at Top GG. I've been here for about a year and a half. I think I was one of the first people who joined once Top GG was starting to change. And in terms of my favorite game, honestly, I'm enjoying Slay the Spire for the past few months. But it is kind of getting boring, so I do need maybe new game recommendations if anyone has stuff that they've been enjoying. Let's see. Let me pass it over to Grazia.
Sorry, also mute button thingy. Hello, I'm Gratian. I'm a product designer here at TopGG, and I'm here for like I think 8 months already. Yeah, and my favorite game, I don't know. I think it's like Valorant. It's like hate-love relationship, but yeah, it's my favorite game so far. Who else? Elle, maybe you want to go next?
Hi. Yeah, so I'm Elle. I am a support associate here at TopGG. Probably see me hanging around like option support and things like that. I've only been here for just a month, just over a month. And my favorite game at the moment is also Valorant and some Apex. So I'll pass it on to Zaya.
Hello, I'm Zaya. I am currently a support associate at Top.gg. I've been here for about a month, same as Elle. We were hired at the same time. But you've probably seen me around the community for a lot longer than that. I was a community manager before and then a moderator before that for about 2 years now. And I'm really enjoying being a team member. It's been very fun and interesting. And I would probably say my favorite game is Final Fantasy XIV, the critically acclaimed MMORPG. And I'll go ahead and pass it on to, I don't know how to say your username. Is it Tico Seno?
Yeah, it's Tico Seno. I'm a backend engineer. I actually started this month here at TopDG. And my favorite game is probably League of Legends. I guess I can pass on to Marco.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Marco. I'm one of the community managers at TopGG. I've been a part of the volunteer team for like 3.5 years now, or something like that. And I mostly do behind the scenes stuff, in terms of like managing our volunteer team. And my favorite game is, I would guess I would either switch between Minecraft and and I guess I'll pass it over to Mac.
Hey, I'm Mac. I'm a community manager as well here at TopGG. I'm in charge of events and also contributor projects. I joined in June last year as a mod reviewer. And my favorite game at the moment is probably Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I think everyone's been introduced, so yeah.
Kristin. I think Kristin's going to share a little bit about the recent launches that we've had, and also our future vision.
Yeah, we have a couple recent launches we wanted to highlight. I think we just put up the tweet, but if you've gone to any search or tag page, you can see new sorting and filtering that we've added. So check it out. We'd love to hear your feedback. We have some more filters coming soon. There's going to be a filter that will show you bots that are in all the servers you're in. And then we're also, I think we showed this at the roadmap preview already, but we're working on languages. So anyone, whether you're a bot developer or server owner, you can add different languages that are supported, and then people will also be able to search and filter by them. This has been a really big request, so we're excited to get this live for you. And if there's any other filters you'd like to see or ideas, please drop those at feedback.topgg, and there's a little dashboard that we take a look at and get ideas from. So some
Spoken
other
languages.
yes, spoken languages. Yes, important to clarify. Very important. Some other launches that are upcoming. I might be jumping ahead. I know there was a question about it, but I do really want to talk about auctions. We have been continuously iterating on auctions, but one thing we wanted to share is that we've been spending a lot of time researching switching to a new payment provider. Actually, Zet is leading this research for us, and we hope that work can start on that in the next few weeks. We understand that there's been so many problems with fast-ring, but to do a switch like this is it's a lot of work. So we wanted to make sure, one, we not only found a really good stable payment provider that's better than fast-ring, and then two, we're able to kind of do that switch in a way that's not disruptive to everyone. So stay tuned for a lot of kind of planned work on auctions. Right now, we're working on fixing notifications around auctions and also kind of revamping the bidding system and the UX, et cetera. And we have heard a lot of feedback. So thank you to everyone who's participated in all of the research calls on auctions and filled out the survey. Those are all things that we are working on. But our strategy first is to kind of fix like some of the low-hanging fruit that's just affecting people every day. And then the first big milestone we'll tackle is getting to a new payment provider. And then we'll do other things to kind of rewrite the system so that we hopefully in the future can move away from the weekly model and just make things a lot more seamless and on par with other advertising systems that you're working with. Let's see. So I know we'll go into the question in a second, but this is also answering a few questions. We also wanted to share a little bit about our vision and what's next. So we've shared that we are going to go into indexing gaming next. We are starting to work on Roblox, and then Minecraft will follow shortly after. So I know a lot of you have been especially waiting for Minecraft. We don't have an ETA yet, but we're starting kind of our engineering work and investigations now on that. So stay tuned. And one good thing that we want to share too is as we launch kind of new spaces on the site, as we make improvements there, we are working on improving the whole site at the same time. So improvements that you see across, people have been saying like, hey, why did you go into DAOs? And I can answer that now. We are working index different spaces in the metaverse. We think of Discord as one space. We think of Web3 as another space. Roblox is another space. Minecraft is another space. Twitch, etc. And so that's why DAOs actually have their own space as of now. But as we iterate on these different spaces, those same improvements, filters, for examples, are things that are going to roll out across the different spaces. So there'll be a lot of scalable improvements there, but also custom things that, you know, only make sense for Discord bots or Discord servers. Yeah, I think those are, just wanted to share a few thoughts, and then I wanted to use most of the time to dive into the different questions. So we can go ahead and go into those.
So
Yara,
the
did
first
you
question,
yeah.
yeah. So the first question is from I think it's Jalby. Are you gonna be giving the ownership of Top GG to someone else in the foreseeable future?
No, I am not. I know that people have been worried just because of the leadership change. I am not giving it to anyone in the foreseeable future. We actually just hope we can grow the team. You know, Veld is still very involved as an advisor. I meet with him every week, but we probably talk almost every day. So Veld is still around and quite involved. But yeah, I don't know what else to say on that. But I'm not going anywhere. You know, giving ownership to someone else.
Yay. From Baby, is there a time frame for when we can expect a new payment processor to be announced for auctions? I haven't been able to bid without just using credits for weeks now.
Yeah, so no, appreciate this question. We are sorry again for all the issues with auctions, and our team has been working, you know, round the clock. I know that Cassie, Lily, and many others have been pulling, and even Veld have been pulling really late nights to try to get it stable. I can share a little bit of context on why it's like this. You know, Top GG has been around for 5 years, and initially, I don't think people expected the project to be this big, and you know, some things were not necessarily built to scale, which is okay. But now we want to take a look and make it a lot more scaled and able to sustain the amount of people using it and just be a much better experience. So we already have started looking into different processors, and I can share a little bit about the process there. Ira has led that research from a product perspective to make sure the new processor can, you know, not only support what we're doing now, but also our future ideas and requests from the community. And then that is leading that next step to evaluate it from a developer experience. And then right after that, we'll be scoping the engineering work and then starting to work on that. So right now we're in the phase of researching the developer experience around the different options. And then engineering work will start. But we don't have an exact ETA because we'll have to scope it. But I'm hoping within we do hope within Q2, and once we know more information, we'll be able to share with the community too.
Thank you, Kristin. From Sleep Twitch, last quarter you mentioned looking into improving your internal tools or looking into scalable options when it comes to trust and safety. How far have you come with that work?
Yeah, I know we have a couple people who could speak on this, but IR, do you want to answer first, and then I can talk about a couple things next, and then Zet can also chime in.
Yeah, so I'm actually not fully sure how much we can really share about this because due to the fact that it is an internal tool, but we actually started making dashboards for our support associates to begin providing more dedicated support and also to get specific information and modify specific information and stuff like that. And so that has actually been really, really helpful to our support associates so that we can empower them to do the job that that they're given. We also have been working a little bit on other moderation tools and changing up the bot reviewal modals that they see. Again, some of these things we can't like exactly explicitly share or show due to the internal nature of it. But I do believe I did mention it in our patch notes very briefly as well. But we have been putting a lot of prioritization towards this, and I'm really happy to share that we have been working a lot on this internally. I think Kristin can probably share a little bit more.
Thanks, Sarah. Another big feature that we launched was the safety filter last year. I know this isn't necessarily internal, but there's a couple things there where we you know, don't explicitly show servers that are flagged as mature. Like users will need to disable the safety filter there. And then Zed and I have been, looking into other third-party solutions to help with some automation scale there. Zed, if you want to chime in, you can, but I know we don't have too much to share there yet.
Yeah, we've been thinking about third-party services to make sure that we keep reviews and other kinds of things that people have been using to when you have somebody that gets banned from your server, gets really upset and starts typing reviews. So like we want to make sure that that's something that we keep it to the minimum, but as all things, it needs to be sort of approached a little bit more delicately. So that I know that's something that's still on the roadmap, but we haven't fully rolled out like a solution. But it is something that we're keeping in mind as we're continuing, I suppose.
Oh wait, I think Yara, is your mic working? Or
Oh no, sorry.
no, sorry,
I
I
was
wasn't.
talking.
Oh, sorry.
I was talking and muted. Sorry. So from Faith, would TopG be opposed to paying the library developers or maintainers for maintaining the packages? So I think I can speak to this. I think for now we don't really plan on doing this for now because of multiple reasons. But we do want to reward library developers with different other things, such as like roles in our server, and also like potentially putting them as part of our contributor team, which would make them eligible for merch and other perks of being like part of our volunteers. So that's possibly something we can work towards, but I don't have a timeline for this, and is kind of an idea we're getting thrown around a little bit. but maybe Kristin, you would like to talk a little bit about this?
Oh yeah. I mostly I were talking about this earlier, and I think we were looking into making the library devs and maintainers contributors as part of that program. So don't have too much to add here.
Okay. From Krypton, any other types of listing that's unrelated to crypto that's already planned in the near future? I think we have publicly stated this, but Kristin, do you want to dive in a little?
Sure. Yeah, I can add. We are going into Roblox next, and also Minecraft, and then we'll see what's next after that. But those are the next two that are planned. And then I can follow up again. I don't know if this is also from Krypton or someone else, but someone asked, why was it decided that a DAO has its own space and not simply a category tag on a server in the Discord space? Is DAOs and TopG are currently just a Discord server? So yes, DAOs and TopG are currently just a Discord server, but Web3 is one of the spaces that we want to index in the metaverse. And not all DAOs are Discord servers. Sorry, this question is from Krypton too, so it's related. So not all DAOs are Discord servers, and we haven't added that ability yet to add, DAOs that are not Discord servers to TopGD, but that's something we want to explore in the future, which is why it has its own space. I know we said this last AMA, but I'm just going to say it explicitly again because I keep seeing it coming up in the server. We are not launching NFTs, and DAOs are also not the same thing as NFTs. I know we have a talk recorded from before, and you can also check out the resource page if you want to learn a little bit more about what a DAO is.
Yeah, I think the next question is still a little bit related to this, but from Oliver, what are you working on next for TopGG? What's the future development of TopGG?
Yeah, I can. I won't repeat what I said before, but I can share a little bit more. We'll be iterating on auctions, but also some exciting work that we're looking into as well. We want to improve our search service. We also are working to make our site a lot more stable, and then we also have been doing a lot of research around voting as well. So if you are a bot developer or server owner and curious to give feedback here, I think Heather posted a survey, but we're also looking to do interviews. We can't necessarily interview everyone, but if you have interest, please maybe post it in general and like tag Heather, and we can follow up with you. We want to see how we can improve this for you as well. And then two other exciting developments. We are looking into iterating on the listing pages themselves. So right now, I think there's only kind of that main listing page and then insights on some. We are working towards adding, a getting started or FAQ questions, or exploring the idea of having like a list that would show all the commands for your bots. So that's something I don't have an ETA yet, but ideally this quarter. That's something we're working on as well, to iterate on the listing pages themselves for TopGG.
So the next question we have is from SpyType. I think this is more of like a personal question, but what do you think about Discord, the experience, the people, and the different communities? I guess because Kristin, you used to not work in the Discord space. Like how is the creator economy different here?
Yeah, I think, let's see. So I've worked at a couple different places, and I also worked at Twitch right when Discord was growing. I actually went and looked at working at Discord when I was leaving Twitch as a potential option, which I don't know if I've shared that before. So it was like a really exciting kind of space at the time, and I got to see Discord just like grow and explode. And Twitch actually was trying to build something similar to Discord, but ended up shutting it down. And so I think my taking a step back, my thoughts about Discord, at the time when I was at Twitch, I thought it was a really amazing way for creators, so creators in the sense of like Twitch streamers, to have a place for their community to hang out when they weren't always live on stream. Like that was one of their biggest pain points. Like, right, you can't stream 24/7. They need to eat, sleep, have, a life too. And Discord was like a really amazing way where their fans and their community could hang out, their staff teams could hang out, etc. And they could also have a more kind of intimate interaction with them in the server versus kind of being live. So that's how I first came across Discord. And also, I mean, I would just use it with friends instead of, I might be dating myself, but we used to use like Skype and Vent when Discord didn't exist. So Discord was also awesome when I was playing games with my friends. We just hop in. So it's been really amazing to see it grow. It has its roots in gaming, in the gaming space, but I think especially with the pandemic and recently, we've seen so many new communities come onto it. Like I've seen corporations use it for their support servers or have servers to get feedback from the biggest customers. At SoundCloud, which was my previous job before I came here, a lot of different musicians were actually creating Discord servers for their communities to hang out with. I've seen other creators. Sherry Hugh is someone who publishes articles on like the music industry. She, for her Patreon, if you were a certain tier, like you could come and hang out in her Discord server and she would throw events. So it's been really amazing to see how so many different types of communities have popped up on Discord. And then also just like, years ago, like we have so many bots today, but years ago we didn't have these. So it's just really amazing to see how the ecosystem has grown and how many new bots are being developed to fit different needs as more communities come online. So hopefully that, answered your question. But I think it's pretty great. Without Discord, I don't think the TopG in its initial inception wouldn't exist, even though we are expanding beyond Discord right now.
Yeah, thank you. From Relly, sir, I believe they wanted to know what a DAO is. They said, "What's a DAO?" Like when I search up DAO, I don't get like a clear definition.
Sure.
And I know we have resources, but
yeah, I can give. This is the most. When I first learned about DAOs, I know some of you have been calling me a crypto expert. I am most definitely not. I actually just learned about DAOs in September last year as we were thinking about expanding to new places. But in its most simple definition, a DAO is a community with a shared bank account. Shared bank account. That's really it. It can be on chain. It doesn't have to. It can be part of Web3. It doesn't necessarily have to be. You and your friends could kind of pool money and decide, hey, this is how we're going to spend it. These are kind of the rules. And that technically is a DAO. DAOs are often associated with, and they are associated with Web3 as, for a lot of people, they want that kind of shared bank account to be on chain and use governance and proposals, and so that everything is kind of transparent, right? Like what's happening with that DAO's Treasury is transparent. And so I'm not the best at explaining it beyond this, but if you go to our resource page, maybe someone can drop it for me in general or in the AMA chat. There's some really great kind of videos or really simple starter packs that you could check out that have a couple different explanations. But yeah, but I guess I can add too, it's like our vision is to be this hub for community building and discovery. And so DAOs are a type of community and that we wanted to index. And we also plan to index kind of tools around them, similarly to how we index Discord bots and Discord servers.
Thank you. So this is about something that happened this morning. So this is from Narmi and Aurel. So a little bit of context before I just ask the question for people who aren't aware. Autocode recently launched a product called bot.gg, which is a bot listing service that scrapes TopGG for data. So from Narmi and Aurel, since Autocode just completely copied your website, scraped the bot data, and copied the technical ideas, how will you go on with them? And also to this, is there any future changes made to stop scraping entirely or making it more difficult? For Kristin?
Yeah, so I'll let Zed jump in here in a second, but I think first it was really upsetting news to wake up to this morning. I think many of you know we were actually preparing to launch Discord bot and Discord server discovery, that part of TopGG on Product Hunt in the next 2 weeks. So it was pretty upsetting to see this. And it's also, I think what's most upsetting is that, none of our creators or many of you listening on these calls consented to consented to them scraping the data and listing it. Also, it's been mentioned on Twitter, they actually were one of our biggest auctions customers. So I think it was just a little bit, I guess I will say unethical to like the kind of using our platform to grow and then also just scraping it. So it's great to have competition in this space and, there are other bot lists, but you should compete ethically and not just, use our years of hard work and take advantage of our community like that. I think what is particularly upsetting is, right, like all of the bots you see on TopGJ are painstakingly reviewed by our really incredible volunteer staff team of bot reviewers. Like these are curated, these are reviews, and that's what sets us apart from a lot of our other competitors, our guidelines. And so I think it's just really upsetting to see, whenever anyone just copies your work and doesn't give credit or tries to take advantage of you, it's upsetting. So just want to say thank you to all of those in the community who have kind of jumped up to support, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's, I know a couple of you have been, apparently we found out you can't delete your page on bot.gg. So people have been updating their page descriptions and things like that. So just wanted to say thank you for being a part of our community and our support. And I usually don't respond to things like this, but this was so blatant. I felt pretty compelled to like make a tweet and also write something on LinkedIn. So we just appreciate your support and look forward to it when we have our product hunt launch in the next few weeks. We are taking immediate action. So this blatantly violates our terms and conditions on the site. So I'm talking to our lawyers and we'll send them a request to take down the data. I always get that acronym wrong. Sorry, DMCA request. But another thing you could do if you're a bot developer, or they've only done the bot developer listening to this call, you can also send them a request to take down your data because you didn't consent to it either. So if you have some time to do that, that would be great. And we've also just been reporting them and also sending another request on Product Hunt itself as well. So that's, I guess from the product business perspective, that's kind of what we've been dealing with today for the past only I think two hours. So any of your support is really, really appreciated, but I'll pass it over to Zet to talk a little bit about some ideas that we have to stop scraping or making it a lot more difficult.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is an issue that company of any size really kind of gets to at some point where, they are either the best at what they do or they just have like a lot of visibility in the community and, other competitors, are sort of looking to grab their data. And, you might think that like it's very easy to just like, oh, stop, look at user agent and like just stop the scraping. But it is something that needs to be approached with some delicacy, I guess, because anytime you try to, just with any sort of abuse prevention or trust and safety thing, any sort of measure that you take to prevent bots and other things could backfire and make the site less accessible for real users. So this is something that we are looking into, and like I said, with every other company, it is at some point we are going to be focusing more on that, and it is also like even today it's something that we're looking more into. But yeah, so it's just it's one of those things where you have to really think about sort of what do you call it, the options that you have, and make sure that if you choose to use those, that doesn't affect users. I know with our user base, when we make something wrong that makes the site more difficult to use, like for example, if you're not logged in and you can't see the bots, that's going to be a very bad problem for people. So we want to make sure that we're stopping this kind of thing from happening, but also we're not stopping all of you from being able to access the page.
Thank you. So from Big Dog Harry. So this is regarding the auctions inflation, the auctions impression inflation issue that happened yesterday. So Kristin, do you want to talk about this?
Sure,
or
I
I
can
can.
talk about it. Yeah, I guess yeah, if you want to talk about it. Sure.
Oh yeah. So yesterday we were told basically, we were told that from one of our community members that there has been a vulnerability kind of just spread around, which was inflating impressions. The general idea was they were just botting the site for impressions. I don't know the technical lingo to all of this, but they were just botting the site for impressions, and so bots or products in the site that were that basically paid for auctions were getting fake impressions. So this happened within a couple hours of the auction cycle resetting, and we basically shipped a fix within hours of finding this issue, and it shouldn't be an issue anymore. We've also reset all of the impression counters for all ads that we're running, so that everyone will not be charged for the beginning of the auction period, so that no one will lose from it. And we've also took action to see maybe who is causing this issue, and have also reached out to the customers that were affected. But in terms of the amount of in terms of like whether anyone was actually affected after this, and whether we actually handled it properly, we did handle it, and no one should experience a loss. But I hope that answers your question. Do you have anything to add, Kristin?
No, I think you covered it well. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. From Nintendo Bot, how did TopGG get the necessary boost to become what we see today? Kristin, I'll hand it to you.
Sure, I'll try to answer this as best I can, and it's a little bit about the story with Oliy in TopGG. So I believe TopGG, when it was formerly called Discord Bot List, was the very first bot list of its kind. Oliy was building Discord bots, I think, and he was sharing with me. We met right when I started this job, enjoyed TopGG, and he was saying that he and his friends, couldn't find a list of Discord bots, so he's like, "Hey, I'll build it." And then, TopGG was born. So I believe that there's a lot that goes into kind of being the first in the space. So that was one piece of it. And then I think another piece was just the teams building over the years. Like there's a couple of things that set us apart. Like one, we were the first in the space. We also have the strongest SEO over our competitors too. And then also I think one thing that sets us apart, I was talking to Ira about this the other day, is that we review every single bot on the site so that people know that when they're, you know, looking at a bot on TopGG, it's following, you know, XYZ guidelines, or they can trust it. So I think that's something really special. I know I've only been here for 10 months, but one of the reasons I joined, and maybe the folks on the team have been here longer can speak to this. I do think the community is what makes TopGG really special beyond, you know, like if you compare it to our competitors or other sites, just like this really great community of bot developers, server owners, and like others in the space is really great. So yeah, I don't know the entire I guess best way to answer it, but that's what I believe kind of got TopGG the necessary boost, and we've been doing our best to kind of iterate on it as well. Yeah.
Thank you. And so from Vixel, sorry, I'm messing up this name. Will TopGG be extending beyond Discord bots and servers? I do know we already launched our Discovery, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say it again for anyone who just arrived, but we're going to do Roblox next, and then Minecraft, and then you know, other platforms that we've discussed, or you know, there's other games, there's other community platforms. You know, Twitch has communities and bots, Reddit has communities and bots, so those are on our radar. But next will be Roblox and then Minecraft.
Thank you. From Aklis, is TopGG associated with Discord in any way?
We are not officially associated with Discord. We do, I think I shared this last time, we do have a good relationship with them, and we are trying to figure out on how we can partner on more things together, particularly around educating people to, you know, not only build bots, but also use bots, and same thing for communities. So yeah, that's there's no kind of official relationship or anything announced, but we are actively looking for more ways to collaborate together. So hopefully this year we can do something.
Thank you. Next from Alan. So there's this issue where users are basically, or newer creators aren't like kind of discovered, whether on TopGG or anywhere on Discord. Is there going to be something in the future to kind of try to solve this problem so that newer bots can be easily discovered and larger bots won't just overtake it? Kristin?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Just catching up on this. I was looking at something in chat. I think regarding the promoting system, do you mean voting or I guess auctions? So I can answer that right now. Heather on our team is doing a lot of research specifically into this topic. So another call, if you're a bot developer or server owner and you use our voting system, like please make sure to fill out her survey, or also list that you're open to an interview. That will really help us. But we are actively working on this, you know, whether it's across auctions or voting or other parts of the site. Like we do want to make sure that we can get the newer bots discovered as well. So stay tuned, and we will have some more announcements around here, but we are doing active research on this.
Thank you. From Sestro, does TopGG have TikTok? And so I can answer this. We actually do have a TikTok. It's called Join TopGG, but there's no content on it and there's no image or anything. We do have a TikTok, and we do plan on potentially kind of expanding our social media. But like we're not fully sure what we will do exactly with TikTok. So we just only have
we want to, yeah. When we have some time, we want to. If you have ideas for what we should show on TikTok,
yeah, feel free to
tell
me. You can even DM me and just tell me like what you'd like us to post. But you can also follow us. But for now, there's nothing on our TikTok. It's just at Join TopGG. From Jacob, sorry. Do votes and reviews have any impact on listings? Can you give an example of their efficacy if yes?
Yes, with listings, it's, you know, when you go search a tag page, or if you go to tag page or you're searching, you'll see the top voted ones. that are, based on votes. Additionally, in terms of reviews, like those reviews are actually showing up in SEO on Google, which is really great and helps more people find your bot. And also with our new filters, users can filter by star reviews. So yes. And I think this might be a little early to share, but we have seen, I won't share the exact number, but we have seen a very, very large increase of someone adding a bot or joining a server when they do use these filters. So these just launched, but yes, I would say reviews are very important, not just for your listing page, but we know that it's something people look at when they make decisions, and they're also actively using filters as well.
Thank you. From Lanters, I recently started working on a Discord bot and hosted it, and then I put it on TopGG. And I was trying to use TopGG widgets. I noticed that it seems to be some of the widgets are returning as undefined. I'm assuming that this is actually broken. And if this is coming from the TopGG API, is there something that we can do? P.S. TopGG is great. Thank you for building it. Thanks for the nice message at the end.
Oh, thank you.
In terms of widgets, I think I can answer to this briefly. Widgets is something that we're aware it is broken. It's very outdated. It was worked on a long time ago, and it definitely needs some love. The engineering team is aware of this, and we do want to put it in our roadmap, but because there aren't too many people using our widgets too actively, and it just not being too big of a deal compared to some of the other site issues that we've been experiencing. It just hasn't been prioritized so far, but it is something that we want to kind of look into and try to fix. Next, we have a question from Max, and their question. I think this is a little bit of a personal question to you, Kristin, but what do you think about the future of Discord, and why do you think it is whatever? Oh, I think I muted too early. Why do you think so? So what do you think about the future of Discord, and why do you think it is whatever you think it is?
Oh, interesting question. I mean, I personally still think Discord is just getting started, right? Like I was talking a little bit earlier, it has its roots in gaming. It's just more people are learning about it. It's becoming I still don't think it's necessarily mainstream, but a lot of people are discovering, how amazing it is for communities, and bots, etc. So I feel like people are just like, it's just getting on the radar for people, which is really awesome. So I'm really excited about the future personally. I don't know all of Discord's roadmap or anything, but my hunch is that I think the ecosystem will just continue to grow, and there's so much excitement around Discord servers and bots, etc. So I think there's a ton of innovation in the space still, especially around communities and bots. I know Discord will build, some features, but as someone who also was at Twitch when Twitch launched extensions or saw apps on Twitch, etc., like a first-party company will never build all the features that are listed. So I think having the bot developer ecosystem is really amazing, and I hope to see more people, not only bot developers or server owners, but even more people joining, like keep building businesses on Discord. I think that's something that's really cool. Just as you can see, a lot of people have built businesses on Google or on Instagram, TikTok, social media, or other developer ecosystems like Slack, AWS, etc. I think that I see Discord kind of following that same path, which is really exciting, and I'm just excited to see what everyone continues to create.
Thank you. So from Null, he wants to know, what's your history with Oliy? And I think there isn't too much there, but Kristin, do you want to share?
I mean, I can just share. I met Oliy after I joined, and then he happened to be. I'm in the Bay Area, and he happened to be nearby, and we got boba together, and I was just talking with him about his history with the company, sharing a little bit about vision, etc. So yeah, I don't know what more to say besides we're on good terms, so we chat once in a while, and he's moved on to other projects at this point. But yeah.
Thank you. From John. I think this is another personal question. If there was something that you could change in the world, what would it be?
Oh my God, is there something that would change in the world? What would it be? Oh my gosh, I mean, I was gonna say that, but I really, this is a hard question. Does anyone else want to take it? I mean, like, yeah, the easy, I know, right? What is it, Miss Congeniality movie? She says world peace.
Mine would be
I mean, yeah,
climate change.
yeah. I think
Also
a
one of those
couple,
answers.
yeah, it's like climate change, other thing, I know, war, climate change, education, like better opportunity in education. That's something that's just like a personal cause, really important to me. Like trying, I don't know, I know it sounds cheesy, but something my dad always said to me was like education is the key to opportunity. And so I just really wish education or resources, et cetera, could be more accessible to everyone. So that's another theme. And then yes, climate change. Sorry, I see a lot of typing, so I don't know what question is next, but
Oh God, sorry, I was
no,
muted.
that's okay. That's okay.
I keep talking whilst being muted. From Alan, will there be a possibility for better customization of the web page to promote the bot, to promote your bot or your server without more coding knowledge from the site? In particular, they mentioned they really liked the old Mimu page, but they didn't want to do the coding in HTML or CSS. Yeah, is there any plans for this?
We don't have any explicit plans now, but that is really great feedback. So if it's not there already, please add it to our note board, which is at feedback.top.gg.
Thank you. From Luke, do you plan to automate handling inactive bots or bots providing really, really high or outdated server counts? With the new filters there are bots listed very high with outdated server counts. I think I can answer to this. We do have a rule in our guidelines that says that you can't really you shouldn't be inflating your server count more than what it actually is. This is a violation of our API guidelines. So we do take action for this, but since ever since the filtering was added, we can put in a little bit more effort in looking into this, and I will be talking to the CMs for this.
Maybe I can add just a little bit on top of that. Like we know that this has been a thing for a while. I think when it was first added, or when people first voiced concerns, we didn't really have any ways to make sure. We kind of just had to take your word at face value. And that was a couple years ago. But now there are some ways we can use to double check with Discord to make sure that you're not completely lying. So I can't talk of any sort of timeline or when something like this might be added, but it is something that we're aware of, and I'm pretty sure going forward in the future that is something we're going to be looking at.
Thanks, Set. Next question is from Dax. I think this one is for Kristin. What made you own TopGG? And I think for this is how did you kind of join TopGG, Kristin? If you'd like to share your story.
Oh, sure. I'm happy to. So I think, let me see, back in 2020, I guess at the beginning of 2021, Pim, who's the CEO of our parents' sister company, Metal, I know this was another question in the thread, they had reached out to me and said that TopGG was looking for a CEO with a product background. And so we spent a couple months talking to the Metal team and also with Veld before making the decision. So that's how I found it and joined TopGG. I don't think there's too much more to that story, but I think part of it was based on kind of my product management background, and then also products that I've worked on in the past around, search and discovery, developer products at Twitch, and then also, building community. So yeah, that's how I came to TopGG.
Thank you. And from Atharva, are there any plans of adding a notification system for bidding? Like when your bot is approved, you can get a DM from Luca. And also you could possibly do the same thing for bidding, like, oh, you have won the bid from the auction. I think I could probably answer to this, and then Kristin, you can add to it.
Sure.
We do have plans of adding better notifications and more notifications in general. It is something that we're actually actively working on, which we rarely say that, but we are actually working on it like right now, regarding like notifications and trying to see to kind of let you know when you want to bid or when you have to pay for something, like when you have a retroactive charge or something like that. The idea for that is just for people to be notified more promptly instead of having to check the site like every 12 hours during the Mondays and Tuesday periods. So that's the idea. So one of the things is for bidding and winning a bid, and auctions is a big priority for us. It is something that we want to kind of reprioritize now that some of the other flows have been kind of worked on. And so yeah, Kristin, do you want to add to it?
Sure. I think you actually honestly covered covered most of it, right? Like we know that there's a couple pieces here, as Ira mentioned, around, one, notifications haven't been working well on Discord and emails. We want to fix that. We also want to fix bidding logs, and then we also want to kind of fix our bidding system in UI so that it's a lot clearer, and we're trying to bring it in line with the industry best practices over time.
Thank you. Next, I think we have a question from Alan, and it's, are you thinking of putting up a kind of cooldown to promote bots and servers so that if a known bot or a known server participates in auctions again, it won't be able to participate for a while to let other small bots have a chance in front of them?
Maybe I can answer this one.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
with current auctions, we haven't necessarily had time to think about that in specific. Although in general, this is something we've talked about. I think cooldowns have come up in the past, but I don't know if we talked about that too much. But I know with the new changes we want to make to auctions, we definitely need a system where we don't necessarily want to prevent people from being able to run ads, but we want to make sure that there isn't the 1% majority, I believe is the name for it, that drowns out all of the other smaller bot owners. I know that's a big it's an issue that's very important for people who advertise. So that's something that we are actively thinking about when thinking about how to improve auctions, or the new version rather.
Yeah, thank you, Zet. From Alan also, have you ever considered a similar system to Disboard, which is like where things like bump is used? And so I think what this means is like there's a way for users or administrators or members in the server to kind of bump the server up higher up in the list, instead of having a vote system.
Wait.
I think
go ahead. Go ahead.
Answer to this.
Go ahead.
So we actually do
Mhm.
look at our competitors. Disboard being one of our competitors, we look at our competitors, and we do look at what they're doing well, and we do recognize there are some things that they do better than us at times, and we try to improve and iterate our product in our own way and our own perspective, to kind of improve and stuff. And so we did kind of consider changing it up, but I do think for now we want to stick with the voting system just because of how long it's just been. But I do think that we do want to change up the voting system. This is something that we're actively working on. One of the people that have been working on product, her name is Heather. You've probably seen her around our community. She has been looking for specific people to who participate in voting, and whether a developer, a server owner, or just a user just voting for like Moo Day or something, like any type of demographic. She's trying to reach out to users and learn a little bit more about how you vote and why you vote and stuff, and so that we can improve the system. And yeah. Kristin, do you want to add?
Yeah, I think you covered, most of it. But yes,
Yeah.
please, I'm gonna say again, like, please, we love hearing your feedback. That's actually how we've, continued to iterate on the site, and a lot of the features you see are directly from feedback. So please, chat with Heather, or fill out note. We love when really amazing ideas, improvements come for our community. So
From
that's
Ash.
all I have to add to that.
So from Ash, there's a question about the future goals for TopGG. For I think this is possibly a personal question, but at what point do you think TopGG would become a success to you, or is like TopGG completed, or something like that? What is your vision for success for TopGG?
Sorry, Vanessa. I was typing something in journal. No, that's my bad. Sorry, which question is this in the thread?
Yeah, let me repeat
or is
myself.
it in our doc? I'm really sorry.
From Ash, what are your goals for TopGG? As in, what's the point where you think that you would have completed TopGG?
Oh, I see it in
what
the thread.
Is
Thank you.
Vision
Sorry,
of success.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you. So I guess goals for TopGD, I'm happy to share mission, vision, and strategy again. So our mission is we're here to make the metaverse accessible, specifically to facilitate connecting users to interest-driven communities by enabling contextual discovery. Take a step back, this is what we do today for Discord, and that's also why we're trying to expand to kind of different spaces here. And then our vision is to become the center of gravity for community building and discovery. And so those summarize our shared kind of mission, vision, and goals for TopGG. And I don't think there will be kind of a point when we've completed, even though we do kind of, focus on Discord bot and server discovery, like we still feel like we have so much more to fix and do. And we're adding new spaces. So I think, we have a lot of work ahead of us, and there's not really a definition of complete for us.
Thanks, Kristin. So the next question we have is from Alan. So do you plan on making a forum on TopGG in the future so that the profile part is more complex and detailed and customizable? I saw on IR's profile that she keeps building pages with her presentation, her projects, etc. And I think it's a good option to implement something like this on TopGG. What do you think? P.S. I work on marketing in Romania, so this is why I ask a lot about promote systems and customization systems.
Sorry, can you all hear me? My Discord, I'm trying to click on the questions for the quarterly AMA, and my Discord is frozen.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry, can someone just DM me the question? I just like to.
I'll DM you on Slack.
I do not know why I can't click on this thread, which is funny. But that's okay. I'll grab it from Slack. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I think this is related maybe to the question earlier about listing page and how we want to iterate it.
I believe it's about user profiles and customization.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Yes. So, which is also related. So I'm glad you brought this up. We don't have an ETA on this, but user profile is something that we do want to iterate on. And so if you have ideas like this, please leave them on feedback.top.gg. But that is an area of the site we really want to iterate on, both user profiles and team profiles. So this is a great idea.
Yeah, thank you. I think something like this could probably go to feedback.topgg, and we will see whether like the rest of the community likes it. Regarding the question of whether Luca is verified and why it's not verified, it's because Luca is only in one server, so it doesn't need to be verified. from Alan again. Will you be doing something in the future that differentiates unverified bots to those checked from Discord, I'm assuming, for better promotion, as well as control of the bots that have not been active for more than 7 days or something like that?
I think that idea around it is something we talked about specifically around like when bots are verified versus not verified by Discord. That is something that we want to take a look at in the future. Like maybe there's better filtering, filtering there, or a way to kind of display that in the UI. That could definitely be a possibility. Sorry, I still somehow my Discord won't let me click on the thread. So could you repeat the second part of the question for me?
Yeah, so basically kind of control the bots that haven't been active for more than 7 days or something like that.
Oh, I also think that's a great idea, perhaps for a filter or something like that. So I'll add it to our list, but if you could also drop it in feedback.top.gg, that's a really great idea.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to find the questions and it's difficult because of all this chat. I don't think we actually have any more questions. And we're actually running on a little late anyway, so we should probably wrap up. Kristin, do you have anything you want to add before we end?
No, I guess the last thing is we've asked before, so just first, thank you all again for the great questions and just being a part of our community and giving feedback. We're a pretty small team. When I joined, I think we were 4 people, and then now we're 14. So we're doing our best. And just thank you for sticking with us. One thing I do want to say is, especially those with auctions, I know you're super frustrated, and we are working around the clock to fix it. But just please remember that the support team, they are humans, and I just ask that you treat them with respect. So thank you to the people who have already been doing that. It's really hard, and we are trying to take care of everyone and make things better. And then the last thing is thank you again for your support with the Autocode bot.gg situation. We really appreciate it. And then stay tuned. We still are going to launch on Product Hunt in the next few weeks. So just in advance, appreciate your support when we do launch. But
Thanks,
that's all for me.
coming.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.